What is up, guys? It is your man Evil Eye Dre here, coming at you with another Call of Duty Black Ops 6 video. Of course, ignore this gameplay. This is a little bit older gameplay I had saved up that I was stockpiling around the time it was a triple XP weekend, and they had just introduced Nuketown. I'm like Prestige 1 now, so this is a little older, but in today's video, I actually want to talk to you guys about the reason why I believe that they've kept skill-based matchmaking in the game this entire time. Now, to start this off, I want to say that, I've been getting a little lucky with the matchmaking. I got friends who, they look out for a brother. So I don't always have to be out here super sweating when I play this game 24/7. But I am aware how the matchmaking is and how the matchmaking has been since Modern Warfare 2019. Now, if we be honest here, we gotta actually admit that it's a little odd that the matchmaking has been like this for so long and there's been no really major tweaks to it. There has been nothing to make the game less sweatier. They've said that they've tried stuff in the past. Like, they've had times where they made the skill parameter not be as prevalent when it came to matchmaking somebody. And, I kind of still find that weird how doing that made less people play, because, from what I've seen, when you get in these bot lobbies, regardless of how bad you stomp people, people are going to literally always, and I mean always, be ready to get to their next game. Nobody's gonna stay in nobody's gonna be just quitting games left and right. Only players who quit games left and right when they see shit ain't going their way are competent players, good players. And it kind of had me wondering, if Call of Duty's matchmaking has been like this for so long, maybe it's a double-edged sword on the low and we don't realize it. Because with this matchmaking, obviously they make it so the better you are, the harder competition you face, which means longer wait times, longer queue times, and more opportunities for you to join matches in progress, potentially already getting pub stumped, more situations where you just can't come into a game and get any sort of real control. And, the more and more that I've played these CODs since 2019, I've come to the realization, what if Activision actually wants people to reverse boost? And I know what a lot of people think, and that sounds dumb. Why would a publisher want people to abuse the matchmaking system that's put in their game to help people spend more money? Well, if you actually think about it, you're doing Activision more good than bad when you 2-box or when you reverse boost, because you got to buy multiple copies of the game in the first place. Multiple copies. You have to buy hella different versions. You gotta sit up over here and buy multiple consoles, multiple accounts. Just the way I look at it personally, I feel as though that if they didn't want people to reverse boost, then they would have left the matchmaking the way it was. All this time I've been hearing people talk shit about people who reverse boost, and while I've never personally done it, but I sometimes do wish I did. While I don't personally do it, I don't understand the hate. All these people are doing are playing the game to have fun. A lot of people who grew up on COD pub stomping lobbies, or being pub stomped in lobbies until they was good enough to get their first UAV, good enough to get that IMS, good enough to get that remote sentry, good enough to get whatever streak. It could even been some ballistic vest rocking the support streaks. Like, people just always played until they got better. But what I've kind of noticed is, as time has increased and the longer the time is going on, it seems like more and more people just get mad if the game isn't just handing them free W's, if the game isn't just handing them free kills. And the more and more that I play Call of Duty, the more and more I realize that this exploitable ass matchmaking was put in the game for a reason. They put this shit in the game because it does them more good. Like, literally. You have to buy another edition of the game. It's a lot to even get into a bot lobby in the first place. And all those people who said there are no bots anymore, everybody's just good at Call of Duty, that shit is capped. Because if people weren't trash anymore, then that would mean that when people reverse boost, they wouldn't find anything but the same few people they play against. But they find the people who are being kept away from them. And, you know, while I understand nowadays with the way Call of Duty works, why they choose to, you know, they want to try to keep all the trash players who they know are going to spend money if they consistently do well happy. I get that. I get that. But the fact that they've never, you know, went to any type of extra lengths to stop people from 2-boxing, stop people from VPNing, stop people from doing all of this and all of that, it just tells me that maybe on the low they secretly actually want this to happen in the first place. As I get hit with the weirdest shotgun shell of all time. Like, look at this. Ugh, nigga quick scope me. But I just feel like that we need to kind of call it what it is. Call a spade, as they like to say it. Like, if every time a new Call of Duty comes out, the same content creators can constantly reverse boost easily, and all they have to do is just create one trash ass account and session join off of it or queue up with it, to me, that's personally telling me that they did this on purpose. Because if they really cared about the people who they care so much about trying to protect from getting pub stomped, then they'd make it so it's nearly impossible to get into these lobbies. You know, it's funny because, like, I be sometimes thinking back on it and I'm like, if I knew that the matchmaking was this rigged and I knew that it was this easy to kind of compromise the way that the matchmaking, you know, sets its parameters for you, personally, man, I probably would have reverse boosted in Modern Warfare 2019. But of course, I always play the game basically the normal way. It's just, you know, as a person who has, you know, a job, a family, responsibilities and shit like that, like, nobody has time to play the game 24/7 and nobody has time to sweat 24/7. So I'm kind of used to, you know, the game just being a certain way. But I do sometimes miss the days I can just party up with my friends in a BO4 lobby, in a World War II lobby, Infinite Warfare lobby, BO3 lobby, like all these CODs, like pre-2019, and it was just a matter of who had the better connection. For years, I played on a Wi-Fi connection when I lived with my mom. Pretty good connection. You know, I had a few stutters here and there, but I played on a relatively decent connection, as well as having like 4 other siblings in the crib. So, you know, my connection was never really truly stable. I really didn't have the opportunity to rock an Ethernet cable into the back of my Xbox, at least until I moved. And I just find it a little crazy that I finally moved. I finally am able to make everything work. I finally get the opportunity to actually play with a good connection, and I'm wired. And for some awkward ass reason, I just can't seem to actually enjoy my connection completely. It's times that I get in the lobbies to say I'm on a low ping, and say I'm on an 8 or a 9, and I'm getting hella hit markers nonstop. But then there's games that say I'm on a 20 ping, and I'm melting shit like I'm on like a 3 ping. So it's just the matchmaking parameters. But in general, I feel like that for Call of Duty to get better, and for Call of Duty to just actually be able to have some type of longer lifespan outside of people constantly reverse boosting every time a new title comes out, why not just set the matchmaking to normal? I mean, let's be honest, right? Yes, people are thirsty. But if you actually set the matchmaking to the way it used to be, it wouldn't nearly be as bad, because the original Call of Duty matchmaking was somewhere along the lines of 1 to 2 good players on every team, and the rest of everybody else was just hot trash. The rest of everybody on each team was like mid to mediocre and couldn't get shit done. So literally, I just feel as though the matchmaking is made this way on purpose. I think they want you to abuse the matchmaking. I think that they know people know how to get around it, because I mean, people have been reverse boosted for the longest. I remember back in Advanced Warfare when skill-based matchmaking first became hectic, and all you had to do was just get your account to terribly low stats and shit, you were situated. You didn't have to really worry about joining another account. Nowadays, they made it a little bit different to where you just got to make a new account, get fucking smacked on it, and then literally you just can session join that shit as much as possible. Or you can get a VPN, and that'll limit the matchmaking, you know, parameters. So instead of trying to match you up with some sweat lord in Russia or some sweat lord in China, they match you with people more around where you live at, more around your skill level. If you guys believe that skill-based matchmaking is intentionally made manipulative for the sake of both sides, both the sweats and the bots. Please be sure to drop a like, subscribe, turn on notifications if you're new. And with all that being said, guys, my name is Evil Eye Dre. Smacking lobbies is my hobby. Once again, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe, turn on notifications. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.